Have you ever noticed how the same words can sound completely different, depending on the season you're in? You can hear a message 100 times. From a sermon, a parent, a friend, and it just passes through you. Then one day, out of nowhere, those exact same words hit your heart in a way they never did before. They do not just make sense. They move you. What changed? The message did not. You did. Sometimes God does not give you the lesson the moment it happens. He gives it when your heart is finally ready to hold it. Readiness unlocks revelation. And maybe the reason it is landing now is because now you are ready. Kakuskur. Let's talk about why you missed it the first time. Think about a moment when someone gave you advice you knew was right. Maybe it was your mother warning you about a relationship, a friend telling you that job was not aligned with who you are. Maybe even a quiet conviction in your own heart whispering, "This isn't it." You nodded. You agreed. You even said, "You're right." And then you did nothing. It was not because you were foolish. It was not because you did not care. It is because the human heart can only absorb what it is ready to hold. Imagine your heart like a cup. If that cup is already full of ego, full of pain, full of fear, full of distraction, nothing new can enter. Even truth spills over when there is no room for it. Readiness requires space. And sometimes we do not create that space until life empties us a little. Galatians 4:4 says, "When the time had fully come, God sent his Son." Not early, not late. When the time had fully come, even God moves in timing. Even heaven waits for readiness. Sometimes God allows you to walk past the answer, and not to punish you, but because if you received it too soon, you would not have sustained it. And there is a well-known pattern with lottery winners. Within 5 years, many return to the same financial state they were in before winning. Why? Because the money arrived before the mindset was ready. The blessing came, but the foundation was not built. Same blessing, wrong timing, wasted. That is not a money problem. That is a readiness problem. How many times have you stayed in a relationship longer than you should have? Remained in a job you knew from day one was not right? Repeated a habit that was slowly wearing you down? Other people could see it clearly. And if you are honest, somewhere deep inside, you saw it too. But seeing is not the same as being ready to act. Readiness is the moment when the pain of staying the same becomes greater than the fear of changing. Until you cross that threshold, no advice will move you. No sign will stick. No sermon will land. In Matthew 13:13, Jesus says, "Seeing they see not, and hearing they hear not." That is not punishment. It is description. It is what happens when someone's cup is still too full. And in his mercy, God waits. He prepares you quietly. Every hard season is shaping you. Every loss removes something that blocked your vision. Every failure is not the opposite of purpose. It is the pathway toward it. But you rarely see that while you are in it. You only recognize it looking back. Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor, once observed that those who survived the camps were not necessarily the strongest physically. They were the ones who found meaning in the suffering. They were ready to receive purpose, even in pain. Readiness saved them more than strength or luck. Well, so how do you know when you are ready? You will not always feel it in advance, but you will notice the shift. When you stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and start asking, "What is this teaching me?" That is readiness. When you can sit with discomfort without immediately running from it. That is growth. When you look back at something that once broke you and say, "That was necessary," that is maturity. The Ecclesiastes says, "There is a time for everything." Not some things, everything. Your waiting has a season. Your confusion has a season. Your breakthrough has a season. In Japanese culture, there is a concept called ma. It means the space between things, the pause, the gap, the waiting. In the West, we treat waiting as wasted time. But in Japan, the silence between notes is what makes music beautiful. Ask the space between your last chapter and your next one. That is not emptiness. That is preparation. You are not behind. You are in the ma. The truth is, most of the answers you have been searching for have already appeared in some form. The sign was there. The door was there. But a door only opens when the person standing in front of it is ready to walk through. Isaiah 60:22 says, "In its time, I will do this swiftly." Not in your panic, not in your forcing, in its time. And when that time comes, things move faster than you imagined. So empty your cup. Let go of bitterness. Let go of noise. Let go of constant distraction that keeps you from hearing clearly. Stay soft. Stay open. Stay curious. Because when your cup finally has space, the right words, the right people, the right opportunity will enter naturally. Maybe you already know what this message is pointing to in your life, or maybe something stirred while you were listening. And maybe this moment is not random. Maybe this is the moment you are finally ready. If that is you, just say one word. Ready. No explanation needed. Just ready. And remember, you are not late. You are not lost. You are being prepared.